gosh.
Okay, we've started the episode. This is the episode. I hate you guys. This is episode 290 because we took last week off because Sonic sucked.
Totties and Harry Potties. I came up with that title myself, guys. Did you hear that?
I'm dying from the inside. Something has burrowed into my nasal cavity and it's eating my brain. So that's why I sound the way that I do.
Sounds like the vid of the co. Just in denial.
Dude, you are a little bitch tonight. I'm just going to come out and say it. You're being a little bitch. You're being a little dramatic ass bitch.
Not dramatic.
Brick,
like it is.
Brick, right before we went live, very casually was like, "Oh, you're going out downtown for your friend's birthday. Where are you going?" Mark's like, "Probably nowhere now." Okay, dude. Alrighty, here we go. This is the kind of mood that Mark's going to be in today, so let's fucking do it.
Let's do it. Let's
the
run
10
with
minutes that he lost is major game breaker, I would say. It's game changer, at least. Game breaker, though.
I hope that because you were 10 minutes late, that train stopped right by you. You hit a train there, and the train breaks down, and you're unable to get anywhere because fuck you.
You hope I get hit by a train? Wow, dude.
That too.
That's really fucked up.
So anyways, Gilbert Gottfried died. That sucks.
Yeah, that's fucked up, too.
Did you push him in front of a train, too, Smithers?
No, I did see him a couple of years ago. Does that count? It's probably my fault he's dead now.
Kind of reminds me of Kevin Spacey now that I think about it. Like House of Cards kind of shit.
Right? Yeah, right.
Very similar. Very monotone.
What the fuck?
Same eyebrow kind of look to him.
He was dropping some House of Cards spoilers season 1. It's like
that's
2013. Yeah, it is.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
You never seen House of Cards?
No, we've talked about this a lot.
Oh, you haven't? Wow. You need to go back and watch that.
No, we've had, how many times we had the same conversation where I talk about him killing the dog, I'm out. Right. As soon as he kills the dog, that's when I turned it off. And also, Kevin Spacey's a diddler. I'm not going back to that.
He's trying to make a comeback. Did you see that?
I'm not having it. Did you see fucking Chris D'Elia tried too? What did he tweet about? It was something like, oh, he tweeted about the Oscars shit. And everybody's like, nuh-uh, you get back in your cage, you little fucking pedo.
I don't. Well, all right. I think he is kind of back because he.
Are you about to defend him?
I'm not defending him. I think you're just wrong in thinking he's not back because I think he is. I think a lot of people do listen to his podcast. Like he wasn't back when he didn't make any comment on anything and he went into hiding. But he's been in the media or he's been on social media the past 5 months. I'm just saying he is back in his mind.
All I saw was the replies and retweets that were like,
yeah.
Excuse me,
still
son.
shit on him, but he has fully made his comeback to social media.
Well,
whether or not you're okay with it.
No, very much not okay with grooming underage girls. But sure, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Anyways, Gilbert Gottfried. He did some of the filthiest stand-up I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've seen a lot of fucking stand-up.
With a voice like that, I feel like you kind of have to be raunchy. You can't just like tell good kids jokes, you know. With a voice like that, it's just like, ugh.
I will never get the ringing sound of him saying the word pussy out of my skull because of like the emphasis that he put onto it. And he screamed it so many times in a row, and he was talking about Catherine Zeta-Jones, and he just like kept beating this joke into the ground, and I was dying laughing. But just a hilarious person. I saw a picture recently of him, Louis Anderson, and Danny from Full House. Recently passed away. Thank you, Bob Saget. Mm-hmm. 3 guys that we've lost in the last year that were, comedy icons, which absolutely sucks, but he had a good life. He was like in his 70s.
Was that true about his voice? Like how that was kind of an act?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it was in his vocal, like he didn't try too hard to bring that out, but he didn't need to.
If you look hard enough, you can see interviews with him. Like he still sounds raspy and shit, but he's not like yelling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Speckman dropped it in the chat the other day when he was on Hollywood Squares, and he was just fucking with the contestants, and they went back and forth like 8 times. The stuff that he would commit to like that. You guys remember that he was like the first person who wanted to make a 9/11 joke after it happened?
I remember that.
That takes balls, and everybody like you take fire from that sometimes rightfully so, depending on what you say. But he was one of those dudes who wasn't afraid to go there, and that's sad. It's sad that we lost him.
Habitual line stepper.
Habitual line stepper.
Full circle wise, it's kind of just weird. Him, like, he was I think he had a big role in Bob Saget's roast, and just thinking like, now they're both gone. That's kind of, they were both very dirty comedians too. People don't realize that about Bob Saget, really, though.
Man, I saw, it was just like a TikTok clip of some of his old stand-up. Man, he talks a lot about little boys. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. And I know it's like tongue-in-cheek, don't go there, like taboo shit, but whoa. Like, I don't know if you'd be making those jokes today.
He had no filter.
No, absolutely not. In other crazy person news, why did Elon Musk try to buy Twitter this week?
Billionaires throwing around billionaire cash.
Is he an actual supervillain?
Maybe. I don't know. I saw a funny TikTok.
Powers for.
I saw a funny TikTok of the guy in the car. Just looked like it was just a video of his face, but the caption was like, Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter for X $billion, but I got it for free on my app, and he thought he was just like so smart. Just like
that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
What do you think Elon Musk would do with Twitter? I know he mentioned something about like the verification shit, the blue check marks.
He would immediately fucking ruin it. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And it's already a hellhole as it is. Like it has a noticeable negative impact on my psyche. And I still use it because they're so good at attracting me back to it. It's killing my brain, and I still use it. And yeah, anything that he does to change it will just probably ruin it. Mm-hmm. Twitter's already been trying to ruin it for years when they doubled the size that you could tweet, and now they have spaces, and they have like Twitter Blue, which is just paid stuff with no ads. Like, who the fuck's paying for that?
Wait, is that where they fucked up, where they doubled the size so you could read it better?
I mean, everybody was up in arms at the time. You don't notice it anymore, but
so weird to make people mad. Just like, why did you increase the font?
Well, that was
okay. No, the increase the amount
not the
you
font.
Could say.
Not the size of the lettering.
30 to like
140.
400.
It went 140 to 280.
I thought you meant the actual size of the lettering.
Jesus Christ, Mark.
Maybe that's just my dad's phone where you could go in the settings.
When you see like 3 letters and then you have to scroll to get to the next word.
You can adjust it so it makes every single word on your phone bigger. Maybe that's
Mark's
some
type
old
A, just like jumping out immediately. The font's different. No.
Yeah. No. This doesn't line up perfectly.
Everyone's up in arms about the font. I get it.
Did you guys ever think that your parents would be like cell phone savvy? Because my dad will text me now, and my dad's older probably than both of your dads. He's 75. I never thought in a million years, like, the dude who worked out in fields his entire life would be texting me on a cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, they're very user-friendly.
That's true.
They are extremely user-friendly. When I showed iPhone guy, Smithers is going to be like, okay, enough of that.
I've had iPhones.
But you don't fully understand. You see the Mark liked or Mark hearted, like, Android users see the full, like,
yes, I know.
Yeah, that's so annoying. But I showed my dad that within like the iPhone chat, how he's like, how do you just do the little heart emoji? And I'm like, hold it down, Dad. And he gets all the options for like thumbs up, heart, and he was just blown away by that.
Look at you bringing technology to the masses.
Magical phones.
Android's got to step it up. That's all I'm saying.
Brick, speaking of stepping it up, did you get your graphics card yet?
No, I'm getting it when I'm back in town next week. I'm in town for a wedding. I'm trading Billy my 2080 for his 3080, and we're going from there.
Our graphics card's 4 times the price, like everything else in the world right now, just price-wise.
Billy went into Best Buy, and there was one in stock that just haven't seen in stock for months, I feel, and just snagged it because it was there. It doesn't fit his build. It doesn't fit his case that he has because it was my old case. So I'm going to give him my 2080 so it fits, and then I can get the 3080.
Are you going to have to like cut a giant hole in the side of yours to get it to fit?
No, I got the big case just for this reason.
Nice. Yeah, you could easily flip that for probably like 75% profit.
Oh, I got a feeling I could easily do that too.
What's the first game you're going to play though?
I guess maybe I will go on Forza. It'll probably be just Age of Empires because I'm just deep into Age right now.
You gotta find something that just like will blow your mind.
in terms of graphically speaking.
Yeah, that's the whole point. And you turn it on. Like, the best feeling in the world was getting a new computer and just flipping on ultra everything.
And having it run smoothly, and you're just like, ooh.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that.
Blows your mind.
Is there a difference between, what's the difference between a 3070 and a 3080?
It's more processing power, more virtual RAM.
Okay.
And about $300 more.
It's got an extra 10.
Yes, actually that too. Yeah, the extra 10.
That clears it up, Mark. Thank you very much.
You know, it's kind of like how, like racing stripes, when you put them on a car, it makes your car go faster.
Sometimes you could do a double racing stripe, and people know you're fucking all about that life.
That's insane. You can't do that.
You've never seen a double racing stripe?
A time vortex if you did a double stripe, dude.
My new car has a race mode for some reason, which I'm pretty sure just means like dump more gas into the motor and make it try to go faster.
Here we go. You got it. You got a new car?
I went and got it today.
Trigger.
Well, yeah. They eventually called me back late last night. I've basically been fighting with a car dealership all week, and I think that my new career should be just going and negotiating for people when they go to buy a car, because I got everything that I asked them for in the end.
What dealer, or not dealership, what kind of car did you get? Jeep again?
No, I needed something that was more family friendly. Obviously, we got another kid on the way. So we bought a GMC Acadia, which has third row seating and like the fold down shit and all that. And it's, yeah.
Is that like one of those big ass GMCs?
No, it's not like the biggest. It's not even the second biggest one.
What was the third biggest one?
Like, was it Yukon or something? Or what was it?
There's the Yukon, and then there's the Yukon XL, which is like the Suburban, which has
Those
like
are fucking huge.
They're basically a house on wheels, yeah, and also like 150 grand.
Mm-hmm.
My brother called me and was like, "Hey, I found this used Yukon, which is just like a really nice. It was in the Denali version, which is really nice." And he's like, "It's got 100,000 miles on it, but it's been taken really good care of. They only want 40 grand for it." And I was like, "I can't fucking afford that." And it's also got 100,000 miles on it. Like, that's how much those fucking things go for now. But yeah,
used cars, it's like
value. Damn,
it's ridiculous. When I went to look at my minivan, the Sienna, they were like, "Hey, you can take the shuttle." You're like, "We'll give you the shuttle van for $50,000." It was a 2020 Sienna, and I'm just like, "No, dude, I don't want the van you're like hauling around people in."
Oh,
like,
yeah, fuck that. Other people like farting in your seats and stuff.
Like, people ripping cigs in it, like getting dropped off at the bus and shit. Just like, no, dude.
Man, who in the year of our Lord 2022 still smokes in a fucking car? Yeah. Swear to God, my wife is a witch, because I found the perfect car for trade-in and the perfect price, and I negotiated everything that I needed on it. And I finally go to look at it. It looks great, super clean, in great condition. It was a lease. And I get up close, and before I even open the door, I can smell cigarette smoke. Are you fucking kidding me? You leased a car and brought it back to a dealership smelling like shit. You absolute scumbag.
But at the same time, devil's advocate here, like, if they smoke cigarettes, what does it matter to them? Are they getting fined for that? Or
you have to, right? Have to. Dude, have you ever seen a lease clause? There's so much dumb shit.
Yeah, there's a million things.
I have to think he was just this person had to be just like, fuck it, I don't care, I'll pay the penalty. Like, you know how on a key fob it'll have like white letters on the buttons? They were pure yellow, like piss yellow. I was like, oh my God, I don't want this fucking car.
It's good for your kids to get that secondhand smoke in there, just like kind of a hovering cloud in the back seat.
But I say this because I had been looking at cars for like the last 2 weeks, and I'd gone to see a ton of them. This is the first one I'd run into that smelled like cigarette smoke. And right before I went to see this one, Erica looks at me and goes, "Well, I'm comfortable with whatever you buy as long as it doesn't smell like cigarettes."
Amazing.
She borked it. She absolutely borked it. But yeah, I bought it. It's nice. It's I was
what
sad.
Color is it?
It's black. You'll like it. It's very old man-y.
I'm so glad you had to give up your Jeep. I feel like you were just what a
dickhead.
Dude, I feel like I'm actually happy. I expected like you to find some type of Jeep that is like more child safety friendly. Just
like a Jeep Grand Cherokee,
because you're so just dedicated to your Jeepness, and having to give that up is great.
You are 100% making that up, but also you're a fucking asshole.
He's just in the spite mode right now.
Jesus,
he can't go out. Yeah. Shout out to Alvarado for his birthday.
You can never do the little Jeep thing to a guy again.
Jeep wave.
I didn't do that anyways.
Do the Jeep wave.
You're shunned from the Jeep community now.
You do it by accident. You realize you're in the GMC. They're like, "Fuck off, you piece of shit."
I'm sorry, but Mark is the only person in this entire conversation that has never owned a Jeep. So fuck off.
Oh yeah, you do. It's so fucked up,
idiot. All right, we're doing trailers.
News to us. Boop.
There's really only one to talk about.
I do want to mention, I want to get one other way before we do that, though, because Bob's Burgers is coming. This was one that we would have originally covered last week, but it was also a slow news week. I just want to say that based on what Fox was able to do with The Simpsons, considering how much that product had fallen off at the time that they released the movie, somehow they took that series and from that point, in my opinion, turned it around completely. And Fox does not fuck around with their tentpole properties in terms of movies. They won't let this be a bad movie. Not that anything like Bob's Burgers is hilarious. I love that show. And it's something you don't have to pay super close attention to, but you'll still catch like a dumb line or something it's absurdist humor, right? Based in reality, but it's brilliant. And the entire cast is there. So I don't know. I'm very excited for this.
Will this be better than the Simpsons movie?
Honestly, the Simpsons movie is really, really good, especially compared to some of the stuff that was coming out prior. I really do think they made a concerted effort at that point to like push more funds and better writing and shit into it at that point.
Did they, Smithers, do you know if they had one writer on The Simpsons, or did they bring in like the conglomerate of Simpsons writers to do the movie?
Tons of writers. And over the years, like they bring in head writers, I mean, sort of like Saturday Night Live does, and there's actually a lot of crossover there because Conan O'Brien is probably the most famous one who wrote for SNL, then went to write for The Simpsons, and then did a million other things. But yeah, it's always a conglomerate of writers, and they bring in like Al Jean was a producer for a really long time, and they cycle through those guys.
So. I've never watched a full episode of Bob's Burgers, so I need to get on that shit.
They have some good lines for sure.
Only heard good things.
Did I tell you guys I'm going to get my face cut open?
About time.
You have a cyst or something?
No, I'm going to get my sinuses fixed finally.
Are you?
I have my entire nose is like way off to the left side.
They're just going to break your nose.
They're going to go in there and basically just cut a bunch of shit out.
What if like you're almost falling like...
What if you died? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
No, what if they're putting you in the anesthesia like coma thing, and like all of a sudden they're like, "All right, Smithers, you're falling asleep," and you're like, "Yes, yes," and then you just see me walk in with a fucking fistful of sandwich and just boom, pop you right in the nose, break that nose.
So in this scenario, my doctor calls me Smithers.
Yes.
And you are what? Are your hands made of sandwiches, or I'm confused?
That's the first cue when you know things are kind of wrong.
But is there like a sandwich
by Smithers
waiting for me when I wake up, or what? Where does the sandwich come in?
He throws the sandwich up and then he punches it in midair and then punches it in your face.
It's a cheese and bologna sandwich that Erica made you for actually the post surgery.
Extra mayonnaise.
I already stole it, and I have it in my hand, just oozing bologna out of fucking the crevices of my knuckles, and you just see me as you're falling asleep from the anesthesia about to just fucking wail on your nose.
You know why we need to start doing episodes in person again? Because you wouldn't say this shit to my face, you fucking coward.
I would absolutely, and you know that for a fact.
I will choke you out.
You know that for a fact.
All right, D&D. Stranger Things, I mean. Same thing. We got our trailer, the final trailer, I think, hopefully. The final trailer I'm going to watch for season 4 of Stranger Things. Again, they're breaking this into 2 pieces, but you see a few things here. They've done some kind of witness relocation type stuff. We've got our new villain here, which, Mark, if you've paid attention at all in our D&D sessions, which I know you haven't, you should recognize that name of Vecna.
Mm-hmm.
That's Joe Mengi has the hand of Vecna.
Oh, amazing.
So we've got a big bad and one that actually talks for a change, so that's interesting. What are we going to see here? And oh yeah, we have the classic, most 80s thing of all time, like, we were enemies for a long time, but now we have to work together against a common enemy. And we can't do this without you.
Here we go. After watching it, I was actually fucking jazzed, to be honest. They did a really good job. The characters all look like still young still. And like I think they did a really good job of keeping him within like that reasonable age group, even though they're all like kind of growing very quickly. Mm-hmm. What was the song they played in the trailer? It got me fired up.
Separate Ways by Journey.
Separate Ways by Journey.
Great song.
Just like seeing Hopper out over in Russia and just like seeing all the characters again, just like with the 80s vibe, I just got fired up. And they did release the big bad. The big bad looks like it's gonna be a good villain, I guess.
It's legit. It's
one thing I have
creepy.
Is this gonna be 5 seasons or 4 seasons? Because it says volume 1 and volume 2. Is that
2 parts?
5?
It's
but
2 parts.
Technically 1 season, yeah.
Yeah, this is 1 season.
But there are going to be 5 seasons total of the show.
I believe so, yeah. And they're running out of time, so they kind of fucking have to. Because all of these kids are hitting puberty. They're not going to be kids anymore.
Well, technically, there's going to be 1 more season, but 2 parts. So if you consider the other part a season, I guess. But there's not going to be 5 seasons. It's going to be 4 seasons.
What Brick is asking is this the end?
Yes.
Are you sure?
It's like Ozark, though. It's going to be like Ozark, I'm sure. They're going to wait like
now.
A couple months and then probably come out with more eps.
We know they are doing that, yes, but I don't know that this is the last season or not. And they're going to do a billion spinoffs, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I thought in the mid trailer titles, they were like basically insinuating this is the end. This is where it ends right here. I'd have to go back and watch it, but they made it.
Good word.
They made it sound like this was the last season from the trailer. Also, Brick, how do you feel? You got to refresh my memory. I thought Billy was, even though he died sad, I thought everyone was still like, yeah, he's still kind of a piece of shit, even though he died.
Yeah, but you don't like
over his grave though.
You don't say fuck off to your dead brother though. Like that's,
and it wasn't like he was
the
possessed.
Brother. I forgot
he was possessed. There's
but
they kind of figured that out.
Was it just her that was there, or wait? I'm confusing it now. I thought they were.
It really sounds like it.
I want to rewatch these, honestly.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch it.
I typically rewatch
Red Guardian, and they're going to try and get this into the Marvel universe.
Kind of brilliant. I got some more crossover theories in a minute too.
Did whatever he could to stay alive, and he's already adopted 1 daughter, so that's why it makes sense that he adopted like Scarlett Johansson and the other one.
Who is dead.
Right, yeah. But like to take on that role, he just like kind of fits it perfectly. That'd be cool.
Mean,
and then they can get 11 into the Marvel universe. Be insane.
If Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is supposed to be multiverse, then let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're right. It was just Max, the girl, crying over his grave, which makes sense. That was her brother. I thought they were all at the gravesite.
And her parents are complete shitheads. So
yeah, okay, it is sad.
It's probably like all, yeah,
her especially.
Yeah.
Could 11 take on Superman?
Well, Superman's a little pansy ass bitch. Superman doesn't have it in him to beat up a little girl. Not like me. I'd fucking do it.
Was that also in the trailer? They do a flashback to like 11-year-old 11. Was that CGI'd or was that actual footage of her?
No clue.
They're doing de-aging like it's nothing nowadays. I saw Righteous Gemstones. They had like John Goodman.
Oh my god! I can't wait to talk about that with you.
Yeah, I did. We did finish it. Crazy ending, kind of left field, but that and Severance ended.
Oh man, we have so much to talk about.
Severance ended on the climax of the whole show.
Yeah, save it. We're gonna do that in recommendations. Did you guys happen to watch this trailer for Crimes of the Future?
Viggo Mortensen.
Yes.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. So obviously, this is Kristen Stewart. This is a Cronenberg movie, which we kind of reference every now and then. We get a good one. What was the last one we got, Mark? I can't remember the name of it. It was really good, though.
I thought Upgrade was Cronenberg. It was not. It was just Blumhouse and some weird director. Which was a good movie. I like that movie.
So the last one we saw was Cronenberg's son, actually, but Cronenberg did like The Fly and all Crash and all that shit.
History of Violence.
Yeah, he's
Crash
really
was a banger.
He's really into like body horror type shit, like intense gore, up close stuff. Which, if you've seen any of his movies, you know exactly.
Possessor.
Yes.
From Neon Studios or whatever.
Good God, that movie was so fucked up, but it was really good.
Really fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah, excited for this too. Plus, do you guys think Kristen Stewart can act? Because I kind of think she can. She gets a lot of shit.
I can't make a statement on that because I haven't watched enough of her recent stuff. Like I was gonna go back and watch the Underwater movie she did with what's his name from Silicon Valley.
Like The Deep or
I didn't
something.
watch it. Yeah. I just think of her Twilight stuff. It's like Pattinson. I mean, if you don't watch any of his recent movies, you'd be like, oh, he's just that Twilight guy. Same thing, though, with Kristen Stewart. I don't say she's just the Twilight girl, but also I don't know enough of her other things to really make judgment on that.
She's got chops, but I don't think she has a lot of range. She's kind of got to be the mopey girl.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think she's been pretty good. And, you know, Viggo Mortensen and her together, like, all right, fuck it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being typecast as the mopey girl.
I mean, if I was typecast as anything, like we could all be typecast as something. I would be like the angry, stupid dickhead guy or whatever.
Mopey.
You would be the wild card
is...
doofus who's not paying attention to anything, and Mark's just the prick.
But you're defined as mopey is like, ugh.
Mark is Dennis. I'm Charlie. No, you're Charlie. I'm Danny DeVito. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Did you guys know that Brie Larson has been cast in the upcoming Fast and Furious movie?
Ooh.
I saw a brief headline on that.
Crossover. What kind of car do you think she drives?
Oh, no. Here's what it is. This is what she was busy with where she couldn't help with Thanos. She had to deal with Dom Toretto.
In space. That's what happens. As soon as they touch the outer atmosphere, Captain Marvel gets an alarm. And Captain Marvel has to come home, and she's like, "What are you idiots doing?" And Dom Toretto's like, "Family."
Yeah, she's gonna drive like the new Nissan like 350Z coupe.
It's definitely gonna be an electric car.
Yeah,
maybe like the all electric Porsche, like the Taycan or something. But yeah,
F1 car,
an F1 car on the street. No, that sounds dumb as fuck. Mark, do you want to go to Las Vegas in 2023 for Formula One?
What time of year is it going to be?
Should be Thanksgiving weekend.
Are there going to be people there for this or what?
Thanksgiving weekend?
Will there be people in Las Vegas for a Formula One race? I don't know, Mark.
Shit. Are they actually like gonna make the track go through downtown Las Vegas? Is that true?
The home straight is the Las Vegas straight
strip.
Yeah,
that's pretty insane.
Gonna be fucking incredible.
Cool, actually. Wow.
I've decided that I have to go. I don't understand how I'm gonna do it or how I'm gonna make it happen, but my brother and my dad and I are all going for sure.
You got to start with leaving your house, so that's the first step you have to take in figuring it out.
By then, I'll be in a different house, so I got to figure that out.
Keep the green screen. You can go there.
Yeah, I'm just going to disappear and take all of Mark's shit with me.
Smithers is like, honestly, like I could just do it online. It's the same feeling you get as being in Vegas if I just green screen myself there.
If you get that green screen to Buffalo Grove, then I think you're in the clear, dude. I don't think he's getting that bag.
If he comes over here, I will just use it as a club to actually hit him with.
Just like he's going to just FaceTime me with the green screen and it's going to make him look like he's in Cancun. Just like, I'm not here right now. No. I'm sorry, dude.
I'm going to green screen it so it looks like I just rang your doorbell and I'm like on your doorbell camera and you go outside and there's nobody there. And I just like, I come out of the bushes and punch you in the dick.
I would fall for that instantly. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
That was a good scheme. You just kind of plotted up there, you psycho.
Always scheming.
Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
All right. Now we can do our recommendations. Brick, I'll let you kick this off. You sound like you've got a few things you've been sitting on. Do you want to start with Righteous Gemstones?
I just cleaned up Righteous Gemstones because there's just so much to watch. You know, it's just crazy that we're catching up on so many things. I enjoyed it. It's a funny series. It's a good like throw on. Like in the middle of the series, I was like hooked. I was like, God, where is this going? I feel like they kind of got a little lazy with the writing at the end for some parts. We're like, well, let's just clean up this storyline and just kind of be over this and that the other way. But like, I liked it. It was funny. It was good. Great cast.
I feel as though they didn't know they were going to get a second season, so they tried to kind of put it in a place that would be somewhat wrapped up. And then they got greenlit, and they came back and they started giving us all this backstory on like John Goodman's character, and it kind of makes you maybe a little more sympathetic to why he is the way that he is, which I think is brilliantly done. It's incredibly written. Also, they keep doing flashbacks on stuff. Is the kid who plays fucking Kenny Powers' son his actual kid? Because that kid is spot on. He matches the cadence. He swears in all the right places. That kid is brilliant.
Which kid are we talking about? Whose kid?
Hang on, let me look it up. Yeah, Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down.
I know Kenny Powers. I don't know the kid though.
His kid, like not his kid, but the kid who plays him in flashbacks.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like a spitting image. But this show's incredible. It's Danny McBride. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of his name. John Goodman, as we mentioned, Adam Devine, E. Patterson. There's a lot of Saturday Night Live alum and things like that. Tim Baltz is the super weird guy who married into the family.
He's so funny.
When they did his baptism and he came out in a fucking onesie that was like velour, but also a tux. Dude, I was crying laughing.
Dude, there are some really funny moments in that show.
There really are. If you haven't checked it out yet, also, fuck, I almost forgot to mention Walton Goggins' character, Uncle Baby Billy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Uncle Baby Billy.
What a fucking character, man.
Scumbag.
All of them are absolute scumbags, and you
swindlers.
start to. Oh man, it's absolutely brilliant. It's on HBO. Season 2 is wrapped up. It's all on HBO Max right now. I'm only halfway through the second season, but.
How would you rank it? Would it be top 5 of shows in the last 2 years for you? Do you think? Is it that good?
I'd have to think about it. It would definitely be top 10.
Okay, it would definitely be top.
It's good
10.
then. It's really
definitely
good.
Be top 10. It would be up like top 7 maybe. Just like it's really interesting and well
top
written.
Like 7.5, 7 3/4.
Gotcha.
In terms of comedies, you don't
Perfect.
get very many good comedy shows up there. That's definitely top 5 comedies.
Speaking of, Barry's coming back soon, which has been on hiatus for like 3 fucking years.
That one got a little heavy.
It does, but I think Bill Hader plays it really well. I think that show is excellent and it's really well written.
Go back. Atlanta's out. I need to catch up on Atlanta.
You and I are of the same mind right now because I've been rewatching Atlanta. I didn't watch season 3 yet, so
we're rewatching because Ashley hasn't seen it yet.
I'm starting from season 1, so I'm on season 2 now. I mean, it's brilliant. Donald Glover is so goddamn talented. I was talking about this with Erica earlier today because we were driving and like a Haley Steinfeld song came on. Like, are these people just the people who didn't give up on all the shit that we gave up on when we were kids? Like, I tried choir and I sucked at it, so I quit.
Yeah, you just found better things to do.
Not really, because they're multi-million-dollar recording artists, movie stars. Not that ever would have been me, but I could have at least tried something.
Nah, fuck that. Over it. We know where we fit. Middling podcast. Middling being a generous term.
Yeah, I'd say that's... We're definitely a podcast.
Yeah, we have...
you can find us places. Yeah. What else we got? Mark, what do you recommend this week?
Well, we didn't even talk about Severance either. Jesus.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
I'm sure Erica knows, but if you don't know, if you thought the Ted Bundy tapes were fucked up, John Wayne Gacy is getting his own tapes that are coming to Netflix. They're doing their whole little season about him. And just being from Chicago, that was like Ted Bundy. Growing up, I knew like who he was, but John Wayne Gacy, that's like the guy my dad was like, do you know his house was right there in Norwood Park? Do you realize how fucked up this guy was? Like scaring the shit out of me.
I tried to hire him for your birthday party.
He used to dress. He was like what he did was extremely fucking terrifying. Like he would dress up as a clown, go to birthday parties, kill people, and bury them in all throughout his house and backyard. Just if you're into the murder mystery, well, not even mystery, like murder. Here it is. This is what happened, kind of stuff.
Murder history.
The Ted Bundy tapes. Yeah, history, exactly. The John Wayne Gacy tapes are coming out next Wednesday. So recommending something I haven't seen, but it's coming out next Wednesday if you're into that shit.
Do all of your significant others watch murder shows constantly?
Kelly's not that much into it, but my sister Jill is big into that. She's like on Erica's level, where she's just infatuated with just hearing about like their thoughts and why they did the things they did. I feel like Erica was into that kind of stuff.
It makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Am I right though?
Like she takes in more murder than I think is healthy.
Yeah. For like the Disney, princess that she like is at all times and so innocent.
To be perfectly honest, that's kind of probably what it has to be, right? Like the complete being shut off from that your entire life. Then all of a sudden you have unmitigated access with the advent of the internet to access all of this information about murder and super macabre, horrible things. You have to be drawn to it.
Honestly, Erica could murder you and every clue could be pointed directly at her. And I'd be like, no, she didn't do that.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody would ever convict her.
No kidding. Yeah.
Like, that little girl killed that big dumbass? Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah.
No one would.
5 shots to the chest.
I think our stream just went down.
Yeah, I think it did too.
Hang on, it's back up. Sorry about that, everybody. I have no idea what happened. Streamlabs sucks. All right, we are back. We were talking about our recommendations. Brick, do you just want to talk about Severance?
Well, you finished Severance, right?
I did, and I was fucking pissed.
Yeah, I was pissed too, but also just like, I need season 2 immediately.
But they didn't even know when they started making it and releasing it.
The news, like right after a day after the finale aired.
So if it didn't get picked up, we were just fucked? Severance wasn't picked up until like episode 7 or 8 dropped.
I felt like I got the news like right after a day after the finale aired.
So if it didn't get picked up, we were just fucked?
Damn. Yeah, no.
It ends on the biggest cliffhanger of all time in a TV show. I was so mad. I think it's a shitty, cowardly way to make TV and to make people wait and forget. Like, what if this takes 2 years to get another fucking season out of this?
Well, then it's going to be a big bust because things that take too long seem to crumble. Kind of like the James Bond series, kind of like the Secrets of Dumbledore, kind of like things that are happened 6 years later are a bummer. But if they can get this out reasonably fast and keep the hype where it is, I'm tuning in no matter how long it takes. I need to know what the fuck happened after.
You really think you're going to have interest for this long?
Absolutely. I loved every episode. Right. It's a show that's like mystery and has intrigue and has theories and has like what the fuck's going to happen next and has people talking about it. It's one of those shows that I'm fine with ending it where it ended to kind of get more hype and get more budgeting and get where it needs to be.
It borders on that like completely unbelievable side of things, like the coincidence of all of this. Like, I know that they probably planned it, but like his neighbor is also his boss, is also pretending other shit, and like there's just a lot that you have to kind of give way to.
Yeah, but if you're going to be like set up for I'm sure there's corporate companies that set you up in housing. Like Google has, like they bought out this giant area so they can have like reasonable pricing for housing for their employees and stuff like that. But they just like make money off of. I can see a giant corporation is definitely doing that. And they wouldn't know anyway either because they're severed. So it's like...
Look, it's really well done. It clearly has the backing behind it. It's Ben Stiller produces it, right? Like,
and directed, yeah.
Yeah, so he directed a couple episodes, I think. I don't know if he did all of them. But yeah, it's worth checking out. What sucks is I had two different people ask me, like, is this worth watching? I was like, let me get through the finale, and I'll tell you whether or not it's worth watching. Because I felt like a lot hinged on that. And now I'm just pissed because I can't recommend or not recommend it because I still haven't gotten the end. It's kind of like how I felt about Dune. Dune was half a movie. This was half a fucking season of TV.
Yeah, but is it like the ending where you want to? Is it the cliffhanger of a season where you need to watch the next episode of the next season? Like, does it want to make you just keep watching it, or is it like fuck this?
Yes.
I'm done.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
it's a good show then.
It is a good show.
It just pissed you off.
That's a really cheap way to garner my attention and keep my attention, I think.
I mean, I feel like TV does that all the time. I feel like Westworld has done that.
I think, you said, that it wasn't 100% that it was coming back. So now that they have it at a cliffhanger, they don't have to be decisive about where the next step is, and they can kind of at least figure something out and like kind of maybe plan a little bit more around it.
I get what you mean, and it sucks. Like, I wonder if they recut the final episode to kind of leave you on more of a cliffhanger because of that, because they knew it changed.
It was only 40 minutes. All the other ones were about 50.
Yeah, I wonder if they cut out some resolution because of that. That would actually make a lot of sense. The other thing, we did a lot of recommendations because it's been 2 weeks and I've been trying to catch up on TV. I caught up on Halo and I'm in. I
heard it sucks.
I don't care.
From who?
My group that I'm in, like my friend group, I would say 4 of them are watching it, and they're like, dude, they were all in on the first episode. They're like, it is just slow.
First episode is lit. Like, there's a lot of killing and shit.
Yeah, I've watched the first episode.
Andrew?
It's it's TJ, it's McCann. Yeah, it's all those guys. But like, we were all on the same page. We thought the first episode was amazing. I stopped there. I still need to pick up on it. They're like, what is it? 3 episodes in? 4? They're like, this
4 now
is just kind of falling off. They're just bored with it. I don't know.
A lot of the action falls off. They have to set up a lot of stuff though. Like, if you come in hot and heavy with the action, you got to go and set up some plot now.
Yeah,
right. And maybe I let it lie for a little bit and then kind of take it all in at once. Maybe get like past some of the episode building and the lore building.
I get what you mean.
So I'm still here for it.
I was in on it.
There's so much other shit to watch.
Yeah, I've seen 3 of the 4 episodes, but it was so good that it actually made me download Halo on Game Pass, and I've been playing the campaign.
Campaign's pretty fun.
Dude, I'm a sucker for like the narrative and all that shit. It's great.
I beat the campaign twice. I played it on the heroic, and then I was like, fucking, I'm playing on a legendary. It was a fucking blast.
Some of my best memories of college were all of us just sitting in the same room, turning it on legendary, getting murdered a million times, and just like crawling levels.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Incredible.
It was like
I fucking love it.
Person.
You'd have to get 2 guys with sniper rifles timed up on the elite. Like, you're both pointing right at his head and pull the trigger on 3.
Yeah, you get some waves of those freaking aliens.
Yeah, absolutely love that shit. All right, anything else before we move on? Great.
Moon Knight, you guys caught up?
I've tried. I love it, but I just there's just so much stuff.
I could tell Smithers hit the drop.
My bad.
The drop.
It is what it is. I have to watch this week's episode, but I fucking love Oscar Isaacs.
Same.
He's so good.
It's fun.
I'm really curious if they're gonna keep going with this for another season or what. Like, if they're just gonna kind of let this one lie.
Yeah, I'm curious if how he's gonna join the MCU, because I don't think they're gonna introduce a character and then not bring him back at all.
Yeah, it's totally dependent on what audiences react to. In my opinion, like, aren't they gonna do a short of Alligator Loki just because everybody flipped out over Alligator Loki? Like, whatever people watch, they will continue to make more of.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but even I think as long as it's not a huge super flop, then yeah, they're gonna keep making more. But bring in Oscar Isaac and the Moon, like a Moon Knight character. I mean, in terms of the comics, where does he fit at all? Very often, in
he's he would fit in really well with like the Defenders. So like Daredevil, Luke Cage, like that's his level of power and general crime fighting. Like, he's a street level dude. He's not Iron Man.
Right.
I'm just thinking now. I'm thinking of how would they bring that in? Because it's like we have the Eternals, we have the whole Avengers team.
I've completely pushed Eternals out of my brain because that movie was bad.
They're there. They're staying.
God, I hope they don't try to make another one of those.
Same. I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
Let's keep this rolling. Brick, you won the last draft. Congratulations. You took just over 1/3 of the vote. I came in second Mark, you came in third. AJ bringing up the rear, mostly because he couldn't name more than two vampires. I think. But that's all right. We appreciate the effort. So, Brick, you can go ahead and pick the draft order this week.
I'll go third, I guess. And then, Mark, you can go first. And then, Smithers, how about number deuce?
We are doing a Jim Carrey character draft. And the reason for that is that we were really excited to see Sonic 2 last week. And two of us did. And we fucking hated it. And we were originally going to draft Jim Carrey characters. But we decided we were going to save that for this week. So here we are. And I bet I can pick Mark's first pick for him.
This is extremely tough for me because Jim Carrey growing up had all my favorite movies. I think you're right on it, though. Ace Ventura.
No, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say Liar Liar.
Really? Ooh.
Was Liar Liar your second?
Top three. Nope.
Okay.
Wasn't my second, though.
Okay, so tell me why?
More nostalgic factor. Like Ace Ventura, I used to call it Net Detective because I used to watch it when I was like 5 years old and over again. And I couldn't say pet. I would just say Net Detective, Net Detective. And actually, maybe I was like younger than that, or maybe I just couldn't speak yet.
I was like 13 and I was just really stupid.
Yeah. But still, yeah. Pet Detective was the first Jim Carrey movie I was heavily introduced to. And I think it also resonates with a lot of people.
It's because he talks out of his ass, just like you.
I want to ask you a question. Incredible stuff. Really cutting edge. And our parents wonder why we were in love with that dumb humor, because we were fucking kids, obviously. All right.
Right, we're idiots.
That would have been... it was a toss-up for me, because I think that is one of his two most iconic roles, and his other is Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. True. And that's what I'm going with. Endlessly quotable. His play with Jeff Daniels back and forth, their relationship is I think the only thing that even comes close to rivaling that is Step Brothers, where you have two guys who play off each other so well.
Incredible. Yeah. Great chemistry.
Yeah, I can't think of...
It's so well written how stupid they are.
Absolutely. All right, Brick, you got two.
I actually think being the third pick and
I would have loved to have two picks.
I think that's the best position right now.
Yeah.
Because I think he kind of falls off after like 5 or 6 movies.
No, I can keep going. I can keep going all day.
I can keep going, but I'm thinking of like what will get people to want to
I think our fucking stream went down again.
I think it did too. I just saw it go down.
What the fuck? You know what? We're just going to keep recording.
Are we recording?
Okay. Yeah. We'll just keep recording and the rest of it, whatever.
There's like 3 people in there. It's fine.
That's really infuriating though, because Streamlabs fucking blows.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can go. I think I'm gonna do the Grinch because that's just such an iconic. If you take that character from like, it's just one of those iconic Christmas characters, then you're like the only one who really can do like the live action. It's just like that's gonna stick forever. The other one I'm gonna go with is The Mask.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley Ipkiss. What a freaking name. Just The Mask. You don't even need to explain it. It's just the best. Smoking.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need to explain it. All right, then I will go with the Liar Liar character. I think that is also an endlessly quotable movie. I think that was him showing that he doesn't have to just be a complete wacky person. Like, he can play...
Such a good character. Fletcher Reed. Oh my gosh.
He can play the down-to-earth guy that crazy shit happens to without having to like do the weird faces and all that. Like, he's more than that. He has actual acting depth, and I think that was the first time he really showed that. Yeah. And then he would go on to do actual iconic serious roles.
Mm-hmm. It upsets me because I don't think a lot of people have seen that movie. I would hope they have, because I would argue that's his one of his best roles, if not the best.
It's up there. It's great.
It's such a good movie, though, too. Like, overall, it's really just the whole movie in itself and being, like, very heartfelt at the end. And, Brick, I'm also very surprised you didn't just pull out I have Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura 2. I thought Brick was going to pull that shit.
That's more Smithers style.
First of all...
Ooh.
First of all, that would be fine, but what we're doing is drafting Jim Carrey characters.
I know.
What Brick would actually do is just come in and be like, I'll take Jim Carrey. And then we just wouldn't be able to take any of the characters that he's ever played.
That's would have been a good win.
That's a good one. That would be a good win for Brick.
All right, Mark.
I like these picks, actually. The Mask. No one's tried it, right?
Brick already took it.
I got him.
Oh, you did? Fuck. You did say that. Fuck.
Mark is the king of not paying attention to a fucking thing that's going on in the podcast.
It was the mask. That's the one I missed. Okay. Bruce Almighty and on the turnaround, Cable Guy.
Bold pick with Cable Guy. That's a really hateable character.
It was hard. I had two more that I was like, ugh. This was more of a pandering pick for me. I'm not the biggest fan of the movie. I like the movie, but I feel like people can associate Jim Carrey with that role more than other roles.
Well, in that case, I think that I'm going to go with what I think is probably his best actual acting role. That's tough. That's a toss-up. I'm going to go with Truman Burbank from The Truman Show. It's a great movie.
Was one of them. Yeah.
It is iconic role, like a brilliant. Do you remember at the time? It was kind of like one of those twin movie things because I think not Woody Harrelson. Was it Matthew McConaughey? Somebody did it. It was Ed TV. It was kind of the same idea, except the guy knew about it. And it was like influencers before influencers, but they came in around at the same time. And I'm pretty sure that was kind of like the same idea. But anyways, Brick, your final two picks, please.
I am going to go with Charlie/Hank from Me, Myself, and Irene.
I had a feeling you'd pick that.
Such a funny show, honestly underrated. One of the rare films that is in Rhode Island, actually. My other pick that I'm going to go with is going to be the Riddler because he's just
I also knew you were going to pick that.
Freaking goofy, perfect role. He's just wacky Edward Nygma. He was better than Edward Nygma in the freaking new Batman, maybe.
Paul Dano.
We didn't talk about that either because that's coming to HBO Max on Monday. Hand up, I know that I said that I didn't like it. That I'm excited to rewatch it. I want to come at it with like a fresh set of eyes and try to like put myself in the frame of mind where I want to try and like this movie. So I'm going to give it another shot. Not
I'm
that
going to like that
cares what I
movie in
think.
my basement with the lights off, nighttime, surround sound.
That's what I'm thinking. I think I might enjoy it more now that I have time to like rewatch, pause, rewind, break it down. And yeah, it's different. And also, look, I'm that old dude who like, I want to know all of the dialogue. I want to watch it with subtitles, which some people like completely hate. And I get that. It's distracting if you aren't used to it. But
I feel like more people are in on subtitles now. Or maybe it's because everyone that I talk to is older now. That is
also possible because my eyesight and my hearing are going. So yeah,
the city's eating itself,
dude. I'm just dying all around. All right, so Brick, your list is complete. I need to keep going here, and I'm going to take
bad pick.
All right, I'm going to take Joel Barish from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Another one is more serious roles, and it's another movie that I think is. Like, if you go back and watch it, first of all, it will destroy you mentally. Like, it will ruin your brain and make you so fucking sad. But he's incredible in it. It's a really great premise, even if it is somewhat dark and depressing. I think he did a great job in that role. So, Joel Barish.
I'm surprised at that
pretty
one.
serious roles. Actually, Smithers has more of you have three, like, realism kind of Jim Carrey roles, I would say.
Well, I would have taken The Grinch because I've seen that movie so many times. It's literally Erica's, I think, one of her 3 favorite movies. So I've seen it so many times, and he's incredible in it. So I would have taken that.
I was thrilled to get The Grinch at 3, to be honest. Yeah. He was my 1-1.
Yeah, that's a value pick. All right, Mark, who's your last pick?
I'm going to get some hate with this, but I also won the cities draft with Bluffington. So remember that, Brick. I'm going to say Count Olaf. For my 4th series of unfortunate events.
Okay.
I had to think. I didn't even. I thought Olaf and like Frozen. I was like, wait, wasn't that Josh Gad?
No.
Wow, that's just
series of unfortunate events.
What a terrible pick.
What else would you go with?
I don't know.
I thought you were to go with Colonel Stars and Stripes from Kick-Ass 2.
That's not a bad one. It's not very memorable.
I was thinking of him as Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon, but I don't know.
that one doesn't land if you don't know like Andy Kaufman and the story and like the emotional turmoil that he went through. Like there's a lot of nuance to that, and Andy Kaufman was a really hateable dude, and Jim Carrey did a brilliant job capturing what made him what he was.
I've seen the documentary. It's great, where he like actually slapped or whatever, spit on the wrestler, and the wrestler was like, dude, what the hell? I thought we were just like acting right now.
Yeah, he was the ultimate heel. He was the king of it. But
coming at him.
Let's see, what else did we miss? Once Bitten was one of his first movies. That would have been a good vampire draft pick.
Right. Stephen Gray from The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Mr. Popper.
Mr. Popper's Penguins. Yeah. Scrooge. He was Scrooge also.
Yes, of course. Of course. We could have done Eggman, a.k.a. Dr. Robotnik.
And who was he in Yes Man?
Just the main character who had to say yes to everything.
Charlie or whatever.
Yeah.
Number 23.
Completely like nameless, nobody gives a shit. Whatever.
Carl.
I forgot he was
it was Carl.
Horton Hears a Who. I forgot about that. All right. Shall we move on to our review then, gentlemen?
Cool.
We shall.
I'm going to wait for a fart, though. There it is. The Secrets of Dumbledore. This was a movie that we saw. This is the third entry in the, I guess, Fantastic Beasts trilogy of Harry Potter. Currently at 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, 83% from fans. I don't know if this is just like a fan servicey movie or what, but it's a little bit of a chin scratcher there because that's bordering popcorn flick territory, and this is not a popcorn flick.
Did you guys see the extra bonus scene after the credits?
No, I was out of here as soon as I could fucking. I was done.
I didn't stay. No.
The chillin' goes. They do a close up of the chillin'.
No, why would you just say this while we're?
I've been in a bad mood ever since Sonic 2. Honestly, with movies, I'm like, I'm not fucking staying. I'm done. It's been wasting my time. This one, I felt a little bit better walking out of there, but at the same time, I'm like, I didn't need to see that.
This one at least told a story. It might not have been like a good story, but yeah. Let me get some other bullshit out of the way, and then Brick, you can go on spoiling things again. This is directed by David Yates. J.K. Rowling came back and supposedly wrote a script for this, but this honestly just feels like the product of a million like focus group tests. And it was, what does everybody want to see to be the most fan servicey bullshit? They gave a $200 million budget to make this fucking movie. This is the basis of this movie is somehow they found a dumber way to pick their elected officials than what we do. There's this fucking super rare animal that just like bows to you if you are worthy.
Fucking Bambi, dumbass.
How do you know that this fucking Bambi isn't just fucking with you?
Because it has the wise dragon whiskers.
It's an illusion. And just big spoiler there, but
I was so confused because at first I didn't catch what they called it in the beginning, and then they kept talking about the chillin', and I thought they were saying children, and I was like, what children are you? The whole movie doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyways,
because you can't hear in your own the children.
Basically,
There were children involved in this.
So yeah,
DSX seats just like rumble pack. Just can't hear anything.
Grindelwald is now Mads Mikkelsen instead of being first Colin Farrell, then Johnny Depp. So now he's Mads Mikkelsen.
That's not too out of the realm of possibilities. He's a fucking wizard.
He's already shown to be a shapeshifter, so they can do whatever the fuck they want with him anyways.
Just like J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling will just do whatever she wants to make billions more dollars regardless. It makes zero difference. So she's got it covered.
It makes a lot of sense when you hear the extra scene.
Again, she got a $200 million budget for this. Okay. So he's Grindelwald, and he's back, and he's acquitted of all of his crimes because apparently wizards are also corrupt. He kills one of these things and then trains it to bow to him, and that's the plot. So like there's more. I feel like there weren't very many beasts. It was just a lot of awkward ass Newt Scamander, Eddie Redmayne.
It's a zombie chillin'.
Dude, Eddie Redmayne is so fucking unlikable.
He's so. God, is he really like that though? Like,
no,
very awkward like that, or is that just his role?
No, that's
really?
just
Okay.
like the role that he plays for this, and he just mumbles and he like has food in his mouth all the time, and he's just I don't know what they were going for, but I don't like it.
Dude, you talk about the Beast though. It's called Secrets of Dumbledore. I feel like we didn't even get Dumbledore in this at all. He had like
there's a lot of Dumbledore.
No, but there's a lot of talking about Dumbledore, and Dumbledore like has 3 scenes where one he fights fucking Ezra Miller, and then that's about it. Besides the end,
he does do that. Was a pretty cool like fighting scene where you like incepted Ezra Miller and was like, "Yo, you just got fucking absolutely humiliated, you idiot, Professor Snape, false loser."
I'm just wizard dunking on you right now.
Yeah, imagine having the name Credence, dude. Imagine being named Credence and just falling prone to fucking Jude Law's Dumbledore. Just
unless it's Clearwater, I'm out.
Dude, Jude Law is so fucking handsome. I hate him.
Yeah,
my girlfriend kept saying how much she loves Jude Law. I was like, so do I. He's the man.
He like certain people just look classy, and him being British and like something about him is just like it screams class.
He has a natural sophistication about him with the beard and like the overcoats and like the top hats type of shit.
No question.
He's made for that era. Who is the one lady who did the very bad accent?
Oh, good lord.
Top of the morning to you.
Hang on, I've got her name.
Yeah, Jessica Williams as
Lally.
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 Yeah. Woof.
Over the top. It was like even more over the top than I thought. Is there... I would love to see another one, but the heel is like a Steve Irwin type like animal in the Fantastic Beast world. It's like those goddamn Australian wizards. Just like got problems with New Zealanders.
So you want a rival to Newt, basically.
No, I'm pretty sure that he just invented racist wizards.
You want a guy in his class that they go head to head on how fucking nerdy and weird they are. But like this guy just comes out of the woodworks and he's like, Newt, did you forget about me? I know about the Gryffindor.
But he's Steve Irwin. But he's like more Steve Irwin though. Like, just right up in their face. Just like right in there.
Just fucking up there. Two fingers. Dude, bring back fucking Zoe Kravitz, please. Just bring her back. I know she died in the last one, but God, dude,
I forgot she was in it.
I want her there
because that's the problem with these movies is that
they're forgettable.
They're forgettable, but they're also happened 6 years later from the last one.
I didn't forget about Zoe Kravitz. I didn't forget about her.
Okay,
scumbag.
I will say the scenery and like the backgrounds and some of like the big CGI scenery scenes, they felt very whimsical and like big and like very Harry Potter, and it did make me like kind of pumped for the game. Some of the battle like that they had, like I was like, ooh, I could see those being some fun, good game RPG mechanics that you could like learn and master in the wizard world. Chaotic magic.
There's no question that it's a well-made movie. It's well directed, well shot. The CG is good. The battle scenes, like I'm thinking of the Great Hall with, I'm sorry, I have his name right here. I love Dan Fogler. He's great.
Fogler, yeah.
He's the guy from Queens. He was in
Kowalski.
Balls of Fury. Dude, he's a hilarious actor.
Before going to the movie, I was telling Kelly it was Josh Gad for like 2 hours. I was like, yeah, Josh Gad's in the movie. Yeah, I can't wait to see Josh Gad.
It's like if Josh Gad was 10 years older and had an alcohol problem.
Dude, yeah.
That was really mean. I'm sorry. I apologize, Dan Fogler. I love you.
Dan Fogler, he was the best character in the whole show.
He's been the best character in the entire series, and it hasn't been fucking close.
Rick, couldn't agree more. Show. I love it, though.
Yeah, he's the same as my grandma. Everything's a show. Are you going to the show?
You going to the show?
Technically, you are right.
Exactly.
Yeah. You were at the show.
Okay, let's just take a second to shit on Ezra Miller. What a dumbass.
Ashley thought he was young Professor Snape, which kind of would have made sense to like he was like part Dumbledore and like how he like kind of turned.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cooler, I guess, if they kind of added that in.
I know that I am a big Harry Potter fan. Like I think that's like I'm classified myself as a big Harry Potter. I've read all the books. I've seen all the movies multiple times. I don't give a shit about these movies. They're not good. They don't add anything. They're all built in the past, so you already know the outcome of what happens. Dumbledore is never in any trouble in these movies because you know that he lives on to be older. So,
but he also just carries on. He asks other people to do tasks for him. Newt's his little like, here, do this, little servant boy.
He does. He sends everybody on fetch quests. That's all he does, and he puts everyone in danger constantly. And everyone in this universe just bows to blow him immediately. They did the most fan-servicey thing, and I'm not going to ruin it, but at the end of this movie, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You could have completely cut that part out, and no one would have ever cared. Mark, you look like you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait, the very end with Dumbledore?
Yeah. It was so fucking bad.
He made it clear he doesn't actually take on responsibility. He just passes it off to people. He's like, Harry Potter, go ahead. Go deal with Voldemort.
Was there anything else?
Leader?
Like even...
What about that chick? She's like fine, right?
Yeah.
Go feel her out for a second.
What about the Leda girl, the Zoe Kravitz? She dead? Yeah. Oh, maybe she'll come back. She can do it.
You know what's kind of great about this, though, is that they can just interchange Grindelwald with whoever the fuck they want. So, like, if Mads Mikkelsen gets caught in some kind of scandal, they can just, like, throw Chris Evans in there next. It's, fuck it. You're jacked Grindelwald now.
They're not even trying, because Johnny Depp's hair was fucking insane. It looked like he stuck his finger in an electric socket. And then Mads Mikkelsen had the gray hair. Like, why don't... They didn't even try, like, to make him kind of seem like the one we had in the last movie. Like the eye thing, maybe, but that's Mads Mikkelsen's actual
They don't
eye.
have any reason to make it seem like it's the same person. They already showed that he could shapeshift.
Yeah.
So there's like no reason at all to bring Colin Farrell back and have to pay him money.
Wasn't there controversy about like the intimate relationship between Grindelwald and Dumbledore? Like they took out a line or something?
The butt sex scene?
Yeah, the butt fucking scene. No, I mean Dumbledore outright says, like, I loved you in this movie, right? Like
that's what I'm saying. I thought it was clear, but I
don't know what else it would have been.
I don't know enough about it. I just saw a headline. People were kind of pissed, it seemed like, of them taking something out. I thought it was pretty clear they had a past intimate relationship.
It sure as fuck seemed that way to me.
They took out a scene, and it was, like, very similar to the one in Team America World Police, where they were just fucking in a million positions, and then
they start shitting on each other.
Yeah, and then China got all mad about it, so I think they cut it from the movie.
That sucks. I really would like to see that.
Yeah. It was everywhere. Yeah.
You could have had the couple in front of you with their young daughter walk out of the theater.
Yeah. We've had enough of this.
And then Ezra Miller just runs up and punches the little girl in the face. Just like, oh, don't ever leave my movie again.
What was redeeming about this movie? Anything?
Like I said, the scenery was very cool. Like, I think the pacing was fine for me. I felt like they kind of got right into it with Grindelwald, and it wasn't like I was looking at my phone every hour. It was fine. It just was too long. It just like too far removed from the second one. I think that was my one problem.
I just don't care. Like, do you care about any of these characters?
I didn't care about any of them except for I didn't care. I forgot because I didn't care about Kowalski early on. And I was like, oh yeah, this guy. And then
he's the only character I've ever given a fuck about.
He won me over again, and he wins me over every movie that I see in this because I've never been a huge Harry Potter fan.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys. The theme of this conversation is I didn't care, but did Queenie was she under a spell because she just completely fucking dipped off? What's his name? Kowalski or whatever the fuck his name is, and then they're getting married at the end. He's like, "Oh, I fucking love you still." Dude,
do you get what I mean about like this is a focus test movie though? Like,
yeah,
this came out of focus. Like, I want this person to be happy in the end. This is what needs to happen. This person's related to this person somehow. Like, everything just felt so paint by numbers, and there's zero creativity to it.
Last question. Dumbledore wasn't invited to the wedding at the end. He's just outside like a little poor boy in the fucking street in the middle of the winter. What's going on with that? What's going on with that? Why wasn't he invited to the wedding?
Because he puts everybody in danger constantly.
Yeah.
But also very selfish that he's just like, oh, everyone wants me there. Everyone wants to see me. I'm a great wizard. I was just like, I'll just go there and lurk from outside.
No.
That presence is enough. Just smelling his own farts outside.
He really does seem like a piece of shit.
He got the invite to the wedding, but put it on somebody else to RSVP, which didn't happen. Like, he didn't want to take responsibility for getting back to him about the wedding.
Kowalski put a hand on his chest at the door. I was like, no, we ain't got any steak for you, dog.
Yeah. You didn't
you ain't coming in. You didn't RSVP.
You can have a vegan meal, bitch.
Yeah, he's not allowed in.
That just made no sense to me. It's like, okay, he's just outside of the fucking bakery while they're having this wedding. He's watching.
They skipped over a lot of shit that would have made a lot more sense in this movie, and I'm glad that they did because it was already like if it hadn't been any longer, I would have been like, okay, what are we doing here? It was mercifully like only 2 hours.
2 was 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, 2 hours.
Fuck, was it that long? Shit. Well, I didn't stay for the credits, so fuck that.
The after credit scene was that little chilling.
Are you really just going to ruin it for everybody who might be listening right now?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's like close in on one of the chilling deers, and it's showing him bowing, and it was just Benedict Cumberbatch from Marvel. Now they got the Marvel and the Harry Potter convergence here. They're converging on all sides here.
If you wanted to convince me, you would have said Dom Toretto.
That's the end credit scene. It goes to Dom Toretto in space, and the chillins like giving him like knocks, and they have like a handshake, and Tyrese is there.
Newt actually was under a spell by Grindelwald and just fucking stone cold stunned one of those fucking chillins, just murdering it, the last one to exist.
The next Grindelwald is Tyrese.
It is super interesting to pick.
Yes, I'm a wizard now. Just like,
what the hell is going on? I'm just a wizard now. Let's drive fast.
Big ass forehead.
It is weird that they just like they just took an entire universe out of this, and they're just like, well, we're gonna have a super uncharismatic main character, and we're gonna focus everything around him. But by the end, we're gonna have to bring in Dumbledore because he's the one that everybody likes. But then we'll throw Dumbledore in the title so people will come see it because we're going to spend $200 million to make this movie. And then Jude Law will kind of be in it, but not really. And then you'll still have to focus on Eddie Redmayne and him not being able to make eye contact with literally anyone. This movie was bad.
I would love to be in the writer's room and just make shit up on the fly. Like that little phoenix bird just hauling away Eddie Redmayne in his like
that's Fox.
And all that shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, how is this little bird going to fucking take all of them? Just fucking make it a hot air balloon bird. Just fucking, that bird just blew up
That was a cool bird. That was a cool bird.
20
in the
times
Fantastic Beasts. Like,
well, the Phoenix shows up in like that's a long time character in the Harry Potter series.
Oh.
That's Fox.
Okay. The other thing I thought would have been cooler is right when they introduced those crustacean, like scorpion temple thing, and they did like the scorpion temple.
That was kind of funny. I did appreciate those scenes.
Yeah,
like that was the one part where the theater was actually laughing and kind of like, oh, this is good stuff.
It was intense. It was loud, and they had good music throughout that was like, I guess, whimsical, like I said. But I felt like right when I saw it, it was like standing on its hind legs. I was like, ooh, is that a spider? Is that a monkey scorpion? And I feel like how much sicker would a monkey scorpion be? Just like hanging around, swinging from those treetops that could just like sting you with a giant monkey tail.
Now I'm going to have nightmares. Thanks.
That would be way cooler, I thought.
Yeah, put Brick in the writer's room. I was
almost disappointed, yeah. No, that would have been a fucking fantastic
You couldn't have done any worse.
Everyone loves monkeys too, and scorpion monkeys, that's terrifying. They're so poisonous and crazy, that'd be insane.
They can have monkey knife fights without knives.
And poison knives.
So we should probably all give our ratings here. I'm just going to say save this. It's still good for a spectacle. Eventually it'll be on HBO Max. HBO Max. Give it 3 months. Just wait and watch it on streaming.
I'm going to say see it, because Ashley told me that I need to say that it's a see it. Because I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. She really liked it. So,
wow. Okay.
See it.
It's feel good. I agree with you, Smithers. Doesn't really do anything for the Harry Potter franchise, but if you're going to start putting this in its own franchise, I guess it has 3 movies already. First one was fine. Second one was like, what are we doing here? Third one is, okay, we're not doing anything, but you're just trying to make me enjoy it, I guess. I'll say save it.
It doesn't really feel like this is a conclusion, though, right?
No, they're going to keep going for at least 2 more, I feel like.
So I told you, they're getting into the Marvel universe, and they're going to get the Wizardly World in that way.
I told you they're going to get into the Fast and Furious universe.
Both. That's the next two sagas.
Dom Toretto is going to start racing on a firebolt fucking broom that they play Quidditch on.
We need to start making our own like fan theories for Marvel that always somehow includes the Fast and Furious franchise.
I mean, I did just get there, but yeah.
No, I know. We get there all the time.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Lastly, though, if you're a huge Harry Potter fan, you will like this because they do have call-outs or callbacks to... You see Hogwarts is all I'm going to tell you.
Early
so
Hogwarts
you're going to get all
cool.
happy. All the Harry Potter fans are going to get all giddy. Like, you will be satisfied if you're big into Harry Potter seeing these.
You see Hogwarts, you see Hogsmeade, you see some characters that you will recognize. Yeah.
But we still like shitting on these.
Is Newt Hufflepuff? Is he a known Hufflepuff?
I believe so. I believe that's what Albus called him, right? Is like
they called him. Oh,
I think he said
true
like
Hufflepuff.
20 points to Hufflepuff. Yeah, very stupid. Very arbitrary system. Kind of like our point system used to be. We should bring that back. All right, let's wrap this up so Mark can go cry himself to sleep. This has been episode 290 of the Chumpcast. We appreciate you for tuning in. I apologize for the technical issues. Streamlabs fucking sucks. I can't really help it. I'm sorry I sound like shit too. I can't help that either. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. Mark, you recently posted a video.
Yeah, if you guys are into comics, especially graded comics, like from CGC, go check out my latest video where I unbox 30 plus CGC books that just came back to me in the mail.
I forgot. Next week is the unbearable weight of a massive talent.
I'm so torn because I want to see Northman so bad.
No, we're seeing that.
We're seeing Northman?
Yeah, we're not seeing the Nick Cage.
Yeah, we should. Okay. We should see Northman, and then we should give everybody a week to go see Massive Talent, and then we review that a week after it comes out.
This is what we agreed to. We agreed
Talent.
That people weren't going to be seeing the Nick Cage movie right away, so we should see Northman, talk about that, and then do Nick Cage, because next week has nothing.
Totally agree, but I'm not going to wait to see the Nick Cage movie.
I already saw it.
I can't fucking wait. Don't say a word.
I know. I can't say a word.
I cannot wait. I think it's going to be incredible.
Can't say a word. It wasn't that good. It was terrible. It was trash. Worst movie I ever saw.
You're a horrible liar. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll get hit by a bus. I can't tell what's going on anymore. I'm just so tired.
Thought that was the cue.
It was.
All right, jumps out, motherfuckers.
Nah, man.